All right, guys, welcome back. This is game number 3 of the CIS final qualifier for ESL One Hamburg 2017. We're back. I have my co-caster again, so you don't have to listen to me prattle on and repeat the word meanwhile. I know that was definitely not super great. But again, we are MoxieCast and Forge Dota. We're at game number 3, Virtus.pro, clinching it out again here. Ramsey's Clinks just a monster, like a huge problem for the side of Team Spirit. They put a lot of resources in trying to keep down no one, but you know what? Ramsey's using that space, being very, very efficient, shows up and, starts two-shotting supports. So we're back. This is game number 3 of the best of 5, and who knows? Maybe Spirit will be able to pull one game off of Virtus, or maybe this is going to be a clean sweep.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting either way, but I mean, Ramsey's just did so much work in that game. The early medallion doing a lot to counteract the Chen's medallion. He could either save his allies a couple of times or just pump out massive amounts of damage into the Chen, into the Rubik. Heroes that don't already have great armor. And I mean, you put so much, like you said, they put a lot of pressure on no one. But when you have these two really strong cores in both Ramses and no one, if you focus too much attention on one or the other, it's just going to bite you in the end.
We see very similar bans coming out, though, in this next series. The IO is not going to be seen here at all. No Night Stalker again. I believe these are the same bans as in game number 2. I don't remember if it was game number 1 as well. Will not be seeing Pasha playing that Enchantress, and the AA actually gets banned out from the side of Team Spirit. That's normally something that Virtus decides to ban out, so doing them a solid, taking it out. They don't want to deal with it either because they have that Necrophos, and when you cannot heal, it makes playing that hero a little bit more difficult.
I would say fairly difficult, but yeah, the bans are pretty similar. The only difference is that they have let the Pasha Darkseer through Team Spirit in favor of banning the Enchantress instead. So other than that, or in favor of banning out the Ancient Apparition, the Enchantress has been banned out all of the games, but they do let the Darkseer through. Instead, it looks like they're going to go for the Pasha Bat Rider last game. Saw a lot of good initiations from him, so no surprise that VP goes back to what worked for them in last game.
I mean, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. But yeah, the solo Lich, of course, doing quite a bit of work, being able to go and throw out some really nice Chain Frost, letting it bounce around. They are letting the Chen go through, but I guess they're not too worried about it. They had struggled against FNG early on with that Chen, but, Virtus.pro, they're a team that's been together for quite a while. They know that they can trust each other, that they can come back, find farm around the map, and then just come back together once they hit those item timings and say, all right, we're good, we're ready, let's go get some kills, catch up that way. Don't need to sit in the jungle and farm. Let's take some objectives. Come on, guys.
Yeah, and Klink's a really good counter against the Chen as well because of, he can just eat the Chen creeps. It's just like, oh, hey, thanks. You made it a lot easier for me to keep my health and damage up. So that's why they grabbed that in the last series. And if they see the Chen again, they'll probably just pick up the Klinks again. It worked very well last game, and already we see a very similar draft coming out from VP, so there's no reason they won't go back for the Ramses Klinks again.
Do you see that Bane pickup, though? That's something that Team Spirit really seems to favor. There's also similar, I believe M19 was a big fan of it as well. But really nice disable is going to be able to go ahead. Nightmare one person, throw up that... throw up the Fiend's Grip at the last minute as well. So you've got 2 different ways to take people out of the fights, and also the Enfeeble, making it difficult to put out as much damage as you normally would be able to, so...
Yeah, the Enfeeble reduction is actually one of the very underlooked aspects of Bane. It's not very common, but every once in a while you'll see against like heavy right-click lineups, Banes will actually max the Enfeeble first because it's like 120 minus damage by level 4, which is just crazy. But so far, looks like it's probably just going to be the regular Nightmare build as we do get the Lil Spirit Breaker just charging around.
That always makes for a very exciting game early on because you know that the Spirit Breaker generally going to be charging into the mid lane, putting a lot of pressure over onto Iceberg instead of the other way around. We definitely saw Virtus and Team Spirit, the mid lane hotly contested. They know that they've got to put pressure on no one. But again, whenever they put all of that pressure onto no one, that leaves space for Ramses to start moving around, getting the farm. And eventually, he's just such a efficient farmer and good at getting his item timings, he's going to come online fairly fast, and it's a non-issue. But we see the Venomancer picked up on the side of VP. So
Yeah,
a little taste of your own medicine, Team Spirit.
VP's not been shy about picking this up at all. No one playing this, just destroying anybody in his path. And it's actually pretty good against the Necrophos too, because you know, most times Necrophos, he pops that Gross Shroud, he gets the extra regen, but it also amps the amount of magic damage he takes, which of course Venomancer deals a ton of. So you throw Veil and the Ghost Shroud on top, and even through his regen, I think Necro's going to have a bit of a tough time against this no-1 Venomancer.
I'm also surprised that Team Spirit hasn't opted to pull out anything with Pugna. Pugna was very hotly contested in the games against M19, but I guess, you know, looking at the draft currently, not a really great reason to pick up the Pugna here. I think he'd just run into more problems than anything else, but we do see the Venomancer pick up. It's going to be a lot of damage being thrown over onto the Necrophos. So that'll help deal with the Necro problem. They haven't really had any problems with Necrophos so far when he's been picked up, so I'm interested to see how this is all going to play out, especially if they grab the lasso onto him.
Yeah, the big problem that VP has right now is that other than the Spear Breaker, they don't have a great way to disable the Fiend's Grip, right? They've got, you know, Charge and Bash coming in, but a nice Fissure will stop the Charge. Bash is a bit unreliable, and other than that, the only other stun that they have is the Batrider Lasso. So they're going to need some kind of core that can dish out the stun. We might see the Ramses Sven here again, just as a way to, an extra way to get those stuns off.
It's definitely possible. Scary a little bit for this Batrider. Again, you've got the Bane, and like you said, you've got Fissure coming out from the Earthshaker, stuff that can interrupt it, but if they start to group up at all, you know that Solo's going to have the Chain Frost up and ready to go to punish them for grouping. Plus, of course, you've got the Venomancer who's going to be able to just squeak his way in there, dancing with his banana, and get off that Poison Nova.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of bananas on the floor with this game.
I know, no one loves to spam that. I love it. I think it's really, really funny. I'm sure that Iceberg is not going to enjoy it unless maybe he has his own taunt. I don't know what they're gonna necessarily throw him on, but they do pick up a Jug over here. So this is a little bit of cheese that we've seen before, where Bane goes ahead, throws up the Nightmare, you get a spin going on with Jug, and it's basically a guaranteed kill early on, especially, you know, if you couple in that Shaker on top of it.
Yeah, between the Shaker and just, you know, Batrider, a hero that relies a lot on his mobility, and just the stacking up of the sticky napalm. So Juggernaut, one of the heroes that's actually really good at dealing with Batrider in the laning phase, because you get a lot of magic wand charges, which helps keep the mana up, and you can always Blade Fury off those sticky napalm stacks. It's a purge when you activate it, so you just remove any of the stacks. You can walk through the Firefly, no problem. Batrider probably not going to be able to stay bottom very much in those early levels. Gonna have to give ILTW some space, because like you said, that Nightmare combo and just how good of a counter Jug is against Batrider gonna make the lane very difficult for Pasha.
That's definitely a kill lane if Pasha goes down to it. If he's not careful with his positioning, might want to just opt to, you know, get a level or two over in lane and just immediately go off to the jungle. I don't know, but that's definitely a scary lane to just walk into.
Yeah, and we are going to see the Ramses Sven getting banned out. So Team Spirit noticing the same thing I did. The lack of disables is very key. The only position they could really, the only other thing they could really do is throw Ramses onto the Venomancer, get no one another mid laner that has some more disables. Something like an OD might not be terrible, or even that Invoker. It's a little bit slower pace than most of the meta has been, but it wouldn't be completely out of the question for VP at this moment.
Well, moment of truth, we've got about 4 seconds left to find out what they're going to be doing with this Bananamancer and what they're going to grab for a hard carry. I still think it's going to be a no-one Venomancer mid. I could be wrong, though. I do have a little bit of reserve time here as well, but we've been seeing some really solid drafts just coming out of Ramses lately. You know, normally it is, I believe Solo is the one who's doing the drafting, so it's nice to see someone else going ahead, pulling out some drafts and making some magic with it.
Yeah, Ramsey's actually doing a very good job in the series yesterday against Na'Vi with those drafts. That last pick, Alchemist, was really key in clinching that victory and getting them into this finals position. And we are actually going to see the Ramses Bloodseeker. You want to talk about heroes that you don't want to give over to VP? That is a bit of a terrifying one.
Ramses, again, he's so efficient with the way that he farms, with the way that he moves. This is very, very scary. I feel like this Bloodseeker is going to start getting really, really big early, and it's going to cause so many headaches for the side of Team Spirit. Granted, they don't have any really hard disables, so a lot of the time I feel like they're going to be able to maybe just TP themselves out of bad situations with Rupture, unless Solo gets really, really lucky with some of these Spirit Breaker bashes, or you get the Bat Rider. You know, there's nothing worse than being lassoed, ruptured, and then just pulled across the map. So, you know, there is that possibility. There's not a lot of hard lockdown on the side of VP. Do have a little bit more on the side of Spirit. You've got, again, the Nightmare, the Fiend's Griff, and of course the Enchant Totem and the Fissure, but...
And, I mean, Team Spirit taking a bit more of the slight wombo combo here. You've got DK Phobos and FNG on the Spear Breaker and the Darkseer. So we are going to see some cute little plays come out once that Echo Slam comes online, once that Blink Dagger is purchased. And by cute, I mean possibly devastating for Virtus.pro.
Well, we'll have to see how their positioning runs out here. Definitely we could see some very good wall vacuum combos into the Echo Slam, and then have Jug just kind of run through with his ultimate. But here we are, guys. We're in game number 3. Hype. All right, so what do you feel in this game, Forge? Who do you think is going to take this? Is this going to be a fast 3-0, or do you think we're going to see Team Spirit pull out a...
I think if Spirit's going to take any game out of this series, it's going to be this one.
Well, it has to be this one. They don't get any more chances after this.
It's just a really solid coming out, and I'm not sure that VP has the answers for what they, what needs to happen. The lockdown isn't there.
Realizes he's got to be getting charged at this point. Just throws out that Fissure, keeps him on the other side. Basically a winky face getting thrown over at them.
Well, my camera is stuck in the middle lane for right now.
All right,
so
you'll have to
quickly reconnect. I will be right back, everybody.
We'll just keep a lookout over here. Doesn't look like anything too crazy. Already no one with the taunt. I feel like taunts may be the weight of my heart, because I'm a huge fan of Roger. I was casting a bunch of his games on Team Empire, back before TI, and he just spams taunts the entire time, and I think it's really funny. I don't know. I'm one of those weird people that actually plays Dota because I like to. I think it's a lot of fun. I know there's a lot of people that get really kind of stressed out about it, but Ramses, the Fissure block comes in. Viver following up here. They will actually get the spin-off. Body blocks coming out as well. Oh no, Ramses trying to juke himself out here onto the tree. Bane's still standing nearby. He's got the brain sap. Will be able to go and assist ILTW in getting first blood. But yeah, I like fun stuff. Yeah, you missed a little bit. It's fine. It's fine. They're all headed off to their respective lanes now. Never mind. Lil's just gonna, casually charge onto FNG, ruin his clarity. Pay him back for that winky face earlier on.
We're gonna actually see Pasha in the mid lane up against Iceberg. That's actually not the worst idea, because, I mean...
Oh, you thought you were gonna Ghost Shroud and get yourself out of the situation? Yeah, no. Nope.
I'm just gonna run you down with Firefly.
Also, that sticky napalm is just the worst to have to deal with.
Yeah, there's 6 stacks on Iceberg right now. He's got to be very careful. 7 stacks now. If he had Firefly, this would be a dead Necro. 100%.
Look at all the taunts coming out here in the bot lane. No one and Lil just showing off like, hey, you don't have any taunts. We're having way more fun than you are. We do see FNG coming over here into the mid lane now.
Yeah, I mean, there was 9 stacks of... 9 stacks of sticky napalm. So they're actually going to rotate ILTW into the mid lane, run the mid jug, send Iceberg down bottom with this Necrophos so that he has a chance.
Viver in a lot of trouble here. Yeah, he's actually going to go down. Solo will be able to get that kill.
Oh, yeah, stun from the Centaur. Up top, there's Bloodseeker.
I was like, there's no Centaur in this game. Are you in a different game? What's happening? After our technical difficulties in game number 2. I was like, did I miss something? What's happening, Forge?
Yeah, they were fighting over a jungle camp, so the Centaur was just very angry and stomped, and it only went on to Darkseer, so Bloodseer got a couple of free hits in, which was kind of funny to me.
Just the psychological warfare coming out now from Lil as they see that FNG has made his way over to the jungle to seal their bounty rune. Say, no sweat, I'll take yours. You know, no problem.
No one spamming out these bananas already.
A lot of damage getting thrown out over onto Ramses early. They had the double ion shell as he chased off, just going down off of DK Phobos, but Ramsey's still doing just fine here. He's got 12 and 4 for CS bottom lane. Looks like they're trying to jump over here onto Lil. He doesn't have any mana for a charge. He's actually used the charge already, so this is a very dead Spirit Breaker most likely, unless someone can come and provide some assistance. Brain Sap comes out. FNG, Enchant Totem. Can he get Lil? He's going to be able to hit him, but
no Echo Slam. Just right now, there's no mana actually. Poison Up is going to come out on top of all of this. Jug's going to try and TP up, but there's actually going to be the Bastion coming out from the Spirit Breaker. He's got the ultimate on. He's trying to get the charge onto Viper, but he can't get the vision just yet.
All right, looks like we're back up, hopefully live in about 5 minutes. There's a nice Nightmare being thrown out over onto Lil. They're still on the hunt, though. They want to get this Viper if they're going to be able to. We'll be able to throw out the Blood Right, maybe slow him down a little bit. Oh, but that surge coming out from DK Phobos will give him that boost that he needs. And he's going to be all right, actually. It's a big fight.
Yeah, they got the kill on the Jug, which was the big one. He went for the TP out, but Spirit Breaker able to cancel that with the ultimate. Very nicely played by Lil to hold that one until after that TP came out.
Looks like they're still wanting to move back in here. They know that Pasha's standing nearby.
There's an Invis ring on the Necro, so he's trying to get a kill with his supports, but everybody's backing off for now. Meanwhile, Ramses, he's closing in on that Radiance. 2,700 gold for him. Gonna get the Relic online. Once he gets Relic, it's gonna be a pretty short step to get the Radiance online. But once he has that, life actually gets kind of difficult for Team Spirit. Jug's gone for this kind of late game farming oriented build. He's looking for a little bit of cheap wombo combo with the vacuum on top of the Echo Slam. He's going to take the slash in, get that cleave. Normally you'd see something like the Magnus helping him out with that, but of course they have the Necrophos on this draft, so has to build his own cleave.
Yeah, Ramsey's still sitting top of the net worth, 7.5k. 6.7 though over on the Jug. He's not too far behind, and 6.5 over here on the Necro. So the Necrophos play is, you know, it's working out. It hasn't been super duper effective, I feel. Oh, never mind. Yeah, he's 5-0 and 4. Sorry guys, I'm thrown off by all the production stuff. I missed a couple team fights during all that. I was trying to run camera and do fixed stream at the same time. Excuses, I know. But I mean, top lane, there is a little Venomancer who's been Nightmare. They were looking for that fissure. Unfortunately, not going to be able to throw it out just in time. Did see a charge. It does get canceled, though, over here with a little.
Man, no one actually did such a nice maneuver there. He uses the wards to break Nightmare so that he can get the Force Staff off and get away. I was a little confused how they broke the Nightmare on Pasha in the last fight, and I'm going to assume that that's what happened in that fight as well. Because, I mean, Pasha was pretty much dead to rights, and then they were able to interrupt the team script somehow. So actually,
Chain Frost gets thrown out here with Solo, hoping he gets a couple nice dashes. Will only land once though, over onto ILTW.
Blink Dagger almost online for FNG. He's about to that wombo combo is going to be online probably by 20 minutes. I want to say Jug gets his Battle Fury around then, and by then we should have the Blink Dagger online for Earthshaker.
Nightmare coming out over here onto Batrider. Pasha's in a little bit of trouble. Fiendscript coming out, but immediately Viper realizing I really shouldn't be here anymore. There are just so many heroes in this jungle. They actually use the smoke to try to get a little bit more speed coming out here. And Lil jumping forward. Rupture coming out again over here onto the Darkseer. They're just going to drag him back. There's no way he gets out of this. Beautiful wall combo go. In the meanwhile, there's the dunk coming out from FNG, showing out that he does have that Blink Dagger. Lil trying to buy himself some time. Tries to go for the ultimate. Does manage to get it off and get the kill over onto the Earthshaker. And now it's looking really, really bad right now for this Necrophos. He's trying to just put off a little bit more damage onto Pasha, but it's not going to matter. Look how fast Ramses is right now. It's actually not going to go chasing behind the tower here. He'll make the responsible decision. However, as Spirit Breaker does, Lil goes right behind, tries to get a little bit more pressure being put on him, and does have a TP, will be able to get himself out.
Yeah, Ivor unfortunately running up instead of down there. And, I mean, that fight of Necrophos versus Bloodseeker was so close. If it wasn't for that Blood Raid silence, Ramses actually dies there because all Iceberg needed was one death pulse, and that was a dead Ramses. So very, very well played by Virtus.pro there, taking a really nice team fight, forcing the Echo Slam out to no real avail, and delaying that Blink Dagger at least until just now when he does pick it up.
Just a little bit longer now. Ramses is going to have his Radiance. That's going to be a lot of damage that they're going to have to deal with, especially this Necrophos, you know? Feel like you're pretty safe when you have that Ghost Shroud up, but you're still going to get burned down by that Radiance the entire time. They're going to try... They don't... Oh, they get the Nightmare off over onto Solo. There's going to be a charge coming out as well. Ghost Shroud coming out, trying to get this angle. Need maybe... Oh, while all that's going on, ILTW actually takes down Ramses. Still watching Solo getting chased around down here, but there's a big fight happening over into mid. There's going to be a beautiful vacuum wall combo coming out here from DK Phobos. Will be able to get some damage here. Pasha in a little bit of trouble trying to get himself out from this fissure. We'll have to go ahead, pop the Firefly. He turns himself back around. We'll be able to throw out a Flame Bake, buying a little bit more time here. It looks like Lil's in a little bit of trouble here. There's going to be the spin coming out from the... Oh man, we lose Pasha over on the back end with the Iceberg. Necrophos getting himself the kill, and FNG will be able to go and clean up over onto Lil. And that's going to turn easily into a push here.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Solo had to run to mid just kind of brought Iceberg and FNG, or sorry, not FNG, Ivor with him. So Iceberg very carefully holding on to that Reaper Scythe means that when Batrider's trying to get away, they have the ward vision. He just immediately ulties, and very nice.
Oh, the dunk coming forward with a Fiend's Grip over here onto Ramses. This is looking really scary. They'll actually be able to take not only Solo, but Ramses out of this fight. They managed to get a tier 2 top. There's no TP though up and running over on no one. He just gets it now and completes his pipe.
This might be a tier 3. This probably won't be Barracks, but this will probably be tier 3.
Charge coming out though immediately from Lil. We'll cancel it out. Oh, this is very bad. No one can afford to get taken down here. We'll get ahead, use his ultimate, pop the pipe at the same time. So that'll force him back a little bit, but yeah, in comes the Spirit Breaker, who's looking for that opening. I think let's go over onto Ivor. Actually, we'll choose to go over onto Iceberg. Charges forward, just trying to disrupt this fight as much as possible. Now here comes the Chain Frost. They're all grouped together. They get a nice kill over onto Ivor. And now Iceberg trying to run out. There's a nice surge, trying to slow him down. Pasha, he's looking for that opening. Does have the Blink Dagger. Could go forward. Will be able to land just some more of this wonderful sticky napalm over onto the Necrophos here. But there's the immediate turnaround. There's that Ghost Shroud that just drives everybody nuts. Pasha overextending, and he's going to get taken down. Ivor actually buying back into the game now. And ILTW gets a kill on Lil.
Double damage Omni Slash. I mean, the Omni Slash doesn't benefit from the double damage itself, but if your attack speed is fast enough, you can get little procs off in between, and with a double damage on top of that, they're probably going to look in to push this now. 3 heroes dead, Lasso's down, Poison Nova's down. It's really just the 2 4s online, but if healing ward up for Jug, it's probably going to be a Barracks down.
It's going to be. They just... I mean, did you see how fast no one went down there before, like... You have to
such
be
a nice
so
initiation.
incredibly careful.
It was such a nice initiation from Lil as well, like ulting onto the Necrophos and then charging through the rest of the team. That surge from DK Phobos though just allows Iceberg to get away, get the Ghost Shroud, get the Magic Wand off, and just there's so many Magic Wand charges when you're getting chased down by a Batrider that the Necro Cheese.
Yeah, yep. I was waiting for you to say it. I knew you were gonna say it. I hate when you say it. But there it is.
It's what it is. It's what it is. It's a Necro Cheese. He pops Ghost Shroud, he pops Wand, he's full health, full mana. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, Moxie.
No, I agree with you. It's definitely ridiculous. I just hate what you call it.
Well, I can't call it cheese. We already have one of those.
Say Necro Cheese Strat, maybe? I don't know. Add an extra qualifier to that word. All right, Radiant's up and running now over on Ramses. He's got his eyes on that BKB for his next item. Should be able to run down pretty much anyone in these next fights here. And just burn them slowly to death.
I mean, the big problem for VP versus Team Spirit right now is Team Spirit has all of the sustain and VP has none of it. The best they have is like Spirit Breaker, Urn, and Wands. Whereas if you look at Team Spirit, they've got Healing Ward, they've got Ghost Shroud, they've got a mech online on Darkseer. The sustain just isn't there for VP, which is why they're getting run down in these fights.
A little bit of split pushing going on here in the top lane. Iceberg and BK Phobos taking advantage of the fact that no one is going to defend this. And meanwhile, no one, he's very much on the split push train. Does have a TP this time around, but just continues to push out lanes here. Sitting at 10k net worth in the top 3 currently. And tier 2 also getting plunked away.
They're going to go for a trade here, but this is definitely Team Spirit's favor. They can easily TP back 1 or 2 people and take this tower faster than no one can. But it actually looks like they maybe want to siege onto high ground. I think they should take Roche before they do this. ILTW has himself a Manta style, I guess, which is nice, but I don't know. I really feel like they should take Roche before they try and push high ground again. They could do it last time because of the amount of pickups they got outside of base, but going high ground against Venomancer and Batrider is just very scary.
They're giving them time to set up, though. That's the other thing you need to be careful with here. But I definitely agree. You know, Roche should be the next objective. If you're going to go high ground, what is it? Oh, man, we see a lasso coming out immediately over here. Looks like FNG just on the wrong side. Gets a dunk off, though, into a wall vacuum combo. We'll be able to get a nice chain frost. Lots of bounces coming around here. Ramses is stuck in the corner. He's trying to just fight his way out, but he can't, unfortunately. And now no one, he's sitting so low. They actually don't get the kill onto him. But that's the opening that they needed. They don't have an Earthshaker, but you know what? They'll take it.
I mean, it was just a really, really nice fissure block from FNG. Completely cut off Ramses. And Ramses was probably saying...
Oh, did you see Lil? Lil was winding up for the ultimate, and Viber just says, take a nap. Take a nap. We don't want your shenanigans here. There's a charge forward, though. Again, we'll run through about 3 different heroes. 4 steps coming out, buying them a little bit more time. Now we see the Manta Style gets popped over here. Beautiful wall vacuum combo, though. That just does so much damage. He'll be able to take 2 of these heroes out. They'll be able to maybe knock Viber. No, it's not a stun. He'll be able to TP himself out during all of that. But did you see all of that damage coming out here?
I saw it, Moxie. I absolutely
The Blood Right, the Radiance, wall vacuum combo.
Yeah,
that's the
a lot of heroes melting very quickly, but I mean, they forced a buyback out of Ramses. His BKB is going to be very delayed now, and it looked like there was a bit of miscommunication from VP on that last one because Ramses was like facing towards his high ground, waiting for somebody to force staff him, and then Batrider's like, "It's okay, bro, I got this." And he blinked forwards, lassos the Earthshaker, but Ramses is still stuck on the high ground, so he can't get anything done. Bit of miscommunication.
Well, FNG getting that dunk off like right before he goes down was actually huge for the side of Spirit here. But Siege is on here for the middle tower. Do have heroes in position. They don't have Echo Slam. They do have Fiend's Grip. And they put a little Nightmare on one of these illusions. Reaper Scythe up as well. I think they're just going to be content to let these wards do the damage. They've got vision from them as well, so it looks like we have a smoke coming out. They'll try to make a rotation. And I guess they're going to be looking to go just straight up to the top lane and push.
Lil's in trouble, though. He's going to TP out. Oh, but gets canceled.
He's got charge.
He's got Echo Slam. He's fine.
There goes Lil. Bye, Lil. Cancels out the charge, though. Uh-oh. He's going to buy his team time. This is space created right now, Forge. Look at them. They've got their eyes over here onto the space count. And while this is all going down, we do see the TP coming out here from the Bane. He's immediately going to get jumped on. Biver not going to be able to do anything in this fight. He's going to try to get the denial off onto himself, but it doesn't matter. Pasha's got the right click here. We'll be able to take him down with all that fire as well. Nightmare, lol, he says. And again, all these different wards coming up. They spend a lot of time chasing Lil in the bot lane. And no one's just more than happy to take this. And gee, he's got Echo. He's looking for this opening. They're staying so far out. They're going to be able to go ahead, pop the pipe as well. One more hit onto the tower. Looks like they're trying to get the deny. Iceberg will get the deny off over here onto top tower. That opens up shrines, though. That was a lot of space that Lil just created. And he's still creating space over here. Look at him.
I mean, he is the space cow, Moxie. Nothing?
I mean...
Not even gonna dignify that with a response.
Yeah. Sorry, Forge.
Fair play.
I mean, I make terrible jokes too, so I can't talk, but...
We are gonna see a Diffusal Blade come out actually from no one. Not the most common Venomancer pick, but I actually like it here. It's good to purge off the Surge as well as the Ion Shell on anybody that DK Phobos tries to save. And I mean, it's still good damage for a Venomancer. He benefits from the agility. He doesn't mind the mana. So I like this adjustment from him instead of just the usual Hurricane Pike into Maelstrom kind of build up that we usually see from Venomancers.
Like I know, and just enjoying his time up here, throwing out a little taunt, just like, yeah, this is good stuff, fun stuff. They do realize that DK Phobos is sitting nearby, though, and they do have Lasso. There's a lot of other people over here, so Pasha needing to be very careful. Oh, did you see that? Just that split-second blink away from Biver. And they say, oh, wow, there's a lot more people up here than we realized. We should probably just leave. Although we do see the charge coming out from Spirit Breaker here. Ramsey's also making his way over, but I think, yeah, they cancel out the charge.
That was a vision charge. That was a vision charge. He just wanted to get it. Know where Biver is for as long as possible. Because Biver's got a gem. And with this gem, the vision advantage is definitely going to go Team Spirit's way. And it's going to be really, really tough to keep vision online. And they've got enough mobility that they can check those high ground spots as well. So it's not like they can just, only ward cliffs and get away with it. BKB is completed for Ramses though. This is it. This is the big one. If they win this next fight off the back of this BKB from Ramses, I mean, VP is definitely still in it.
It's happening over here in mid. They actually go ahead. They grab FNG yet again using this lasso. He has been such a prime target. Nice stun coming out, though. The Fissure actually going to slow down Lil. Won't be able to complete the charge. Everything is going on top lane. Oh, they're going to be able to take down Solo and the top lane using the Reaper Scythe. So Scythe's going to be on cooldown.
He juked around them for so long, too. Like, that was such clowny shenanigans coming out from Lil. From Solo, but... he doesn't end up falling. Nice vacuum from Darkseer, clears out just a giant swath of trees that Solo was running around in.
Lincoln's gets popped over here on the Roche monster. They're going to try to get this Aegis and go high ground. I mean, they used FNG as bait last time. It worked out pretty well for them. Batrider is standing nearby here. Does have Firefly. It's going to be down. He might try to go for an Aegis snatch here. Pasha waiting patiently.
He's got the open slot.
He's gotta go in now. Throws in. Oh, does he grab it? He snatches the Aegis. Pasha, Batrider, runs out there and says, thanks for the free immortality.
That was really, really well done. The Firefly gives him the vision so he can see exactly when it's going to come out. And a nice flame break into Aegis snatch. Juggernaut, thinking he's very safe and secure. He doesn't spin. A lot of jugs will spin before that happens so that they don't get any of those interruptions. Yeah. But really nicely played from from Pasha there to snatch that.
Lil still making space, having FNG just follow him around. FNG actually using Echo Slam on him during all of that. So that's another cooldown. That's like 108 seconds still. And they've got the Aegis up and running over onto Pasha. They're going to be looking for making some plays. Yeah, Pasha just doesn't even care. Runs immediately over onto Iceberg. The Rupture just bleeding all over this map. There's the follow-up here from Solo. Going to try to buy him a little time. There's the nice Chain Frost coming up. There's a beautiful wall vacuum combo, though, coming in. FNG, he doesn't have the dunk. He's not going to be able to do anything here. There's a lot of hits coming out from the Jug, but it looks like they'll be able to chase down DK Phobos. Do they get the denial off? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, it looks like ILTW. He's in a very bad position right now. We'll go ahead, try to spin himself back. Try to get out here. DK Phobos going to have to go ahead, use the Surge on himself, but the Diffusal comes out from the Venomancer like we're talking about. It's going to be able to take him down. And now ICW, oh, they do get the kill, but Ramses will fall as well. Now FNG, he's stuck over here onto the side. Is he on the cliff here too? No, but he will get bashed out by Lil. Lots of damage, and they should be able to take down Earthshaker, and now no one finds Biver. That Diffusal, again, slowing him down. Click by click, should be able to get this kill. In fact, Lil will secure it. Banana.
Yeah, I mean, really, really good fight. The best part about that fight for VP was that no one got to show up right at the end and then dump all of his damage after back wall, echo slam, all those spells had already come out. So he was just completely untouched in that fight for until it was just the Juggernaut left. Basically, that was when the things started to.
Well, they used the echo slam in the bot lane against Lil. There was no echo slam during all of that. That would have been like the most opportune time for Earthshaker to run in with it, and it was on cooldown. Also, we've already used so many charges on this Diffusal Blade. This, you know, definitely a smart pick coming out from no one here.
I mean, he's just been chasing people down without a second thought, and that's why I like this pickup, because the kite ability is insane already on a Venomancer. Then you add Diffusal Slow and the fact that you can purge off Surge. That's the big reason that I think he picked it up, because if somebody gets hasted by Darkseer, you can immediately say no. As long as you're still in cast range, you're fine.
This has been kind of a weird game too. If we go ahead and look at the net worth graph, we're seeing definitely a heavy favor over to the side of Team Spirit at around 28 minutes or so. They're sitting at about 6,000K net worth, but now already it's bounced back up to being almost completely even with VP. And this is something that's been weird for me, is the fact that, you know, VP are usually very, very good at doing their farming, making sure that they're getting what they need. But if we flip over to the experience earned, you see VP, again, doing what they do best, making sure that they get, you know, their levels that they need. They're making sure that, you know, they're paying attention to what items are needed as well. And they're coming back that way. Did the BKB get popped during? Yeah, it did get popped during all that. Ramses did.
Yeah, that's why he was able to survive that Wombo combo. He was BKB'd before that happened. But, I mean, the big thing is that I've noticed that Spirit spends a lot of time grouping up as, like, 3 or 4 and trying to find these really aggressive maneuvers. And VP, recognizing that, even though they don't always know where heroes are splitting off. And Team Spirit, you know, their lineup, other than Bane and Necro, is very focused around, you know, team fighting, 5v5. So what did VP do? They say, we're going to make you split up, we're going to push other lanes, get our experience advantage. And so even though net worth has been in favor of Team Spirit for the longest time, these levels are really starting to hurt for them. You're getting talents earlier on supports, you're getting, you know, ultimates higher leveled on your cores, and it's starting to pay off for VP.
Well, looks like right now Venomancer sitting at level 23, we've got level 22 on the Bloodseeker. And the highest over on the side of Team Spirit right now is the Jug at 21. The rest of them are, again, like you're saying, you know, they're falling a bit behind, and it's definitely showing here. More movement going top. Solo is looking to push out this wave a little bit. We'll get joined by the Bloodseeker and, of course, Lil. They spot Pasha, though. Pasha, he wants that courier. He does grab it, in fact. No items, luckily, for the side of Team Spirit. But did they use Dunk again on just him?
They did.
They did. They're not going to have that. This is an opportune time right now for VP if they want to take advantage of this.
I'm really curious what no one's going to go for at level 25. There's been a bit of discrepancy lately. A lot of Venomancers say that the Plague Ward and damage is much better.
Solo. He breaks the smoke. That's a very dead Lich.
Really, really unfortunate for him. Blink Dagger now on the Juggernaut just to help get in with the initiations. They're going for a very aggressive, like, Wombo combo draft. The Echo Slam into the vacuum with the wall and the Omni Slash Battle Fury. It's a very team fighty build coming up from this Juggernaut. Usually you see the Manta, the Diffusal. He does have the Manta for the silences, but I don't know. Other than his ultimate, he's not really dishing a ridiculous amount of damage.
Man, we're transitioning here on no one. Like, no one, you know, you figure Venomancer is gonna go for, like, you know, a Veil build sort of thing, and he actually hasn't opted for that. He went for the Diffusal. He's going for the Maelstrom next, and this is something that I've seen in a couple of my games. I really hate it. Like, I hate Venomancer just period, but oh, there's a nice just dodge out of the way. Doesn't want FNG to come and find him here. Just taunts the banana and says, yeah, you're not gonna give it. He's got a TP. He could opt to try to go. Yeah, FNG. He's not willing to give up. He finds some. I'm not sure if FNG can do this by himself.
I don't think
so. They use the ultimate. He's got a TP out. They might actually still get this kill.
It's entirely possible.
FNG, he pops up Fairy Fire. He's trying so hard. Look at him just chunking down. He keeps buying Fairy Fires, Forge. I'm not even kidding you right now. He's trying. No one actually does get taken down in the trees during all of this, but we have a BKB coming out here on Pasha. He's found his prey. He's found a jug. He's just hemorrhaging all over this forest. Tries to Manta. He's still going to get taken down.
So they trade no one for Jug. Not
Iceberg?
the best trade in the world.
Yeah, they turned back around. I'm not sure what Iceberg thinks he's doing here. They've got the Radiance up and running. We'll go around chasing. DK Bubbles coming forward, though. Gets a nice vacuum. There's going to be a nice Ice Blast thrown out, but it's not going to connect over on too much here. Iceberg is just dead. Wall comes out. Side comes out as well, but doesn't matter. Oh, the dunk coming out from FNG, though. He's found his target. He'll be able to take out Ramses. There's this charge coming out from Spirit Breaker. Pasha trying to slow everyone down here using Sticky Napalm to the best of his ability. He's got a Force Staff as well. They've got the Lotus Orb up and running over onto FNG. The Atos comes out, though. We'll go ahead, hold down FNG, but they still get that kill over onto Solo. These creeps are actually going to deny FNG if they're not careful, and no, they're not going to help him out. DK Phobos now, he's trying to get himself away. He's got Surge. He puts Ion Shell up, just trying to put some more damage. And again, Pasha trying to slow him down here. He's got 8 stacks of that Sticky on him. There's the Surge coming out, 9 stacks. He goes ahead, he purchases them off, uses those Guardian Grease. Pasha tries to body block him. They're still charging after him, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to get this kill. Lil doesn't care. Lil's trying so hard here. We'll hope for a couple bashes. The Surge comes out anyways.
They're losing their base.
And their base is going down while all this is happening. Oh my gosh.
DK Phobos just too tanky. They wasted so much time. They end up losing their range racks, which does mean the whole lane is now going to be super creeps pushing into them. Getting a little bit greedy on the side of VP. Slight bit of tunnel vision there. Was a very good team fight for them, though. They are able to get the Juggernaut picked up very quickly. A lot of damage coming out onto him. Necrophos as well. Accidentally, I think, turned off his Radiance because it's not active at the moment. He does turn it back on now. And maybe costing him that Ramses kill. Ramses does eventually go down, of course, but I don't know. I still think it's worth it for VP, those trades. I heard a BKB. Where did a BKB get popped? Oh, Ramses accidentally popped his BKB.
Oh,
That's
no.
big. That's an 8-second BKB
I don't
down.
think anyone saw, though.
No, nobody saw, but I mean, it's still an 8-second BKB down.
There's still the threat at least. Could be worse. Could be worse. He could have popped it in front of everyone, and they know, okay, now we can push. There is no Ramses BKB.
It's true.
But yeah, 8-second BKB. Definitely don't want to accidentally push. The only thing that's worse is triggering your 9-second BKB.
Yeah, speaking of BKBs, Spirit Breaker and Venomancer both have them online, down to 9 seconds apiece. Juggernaut also has one queued up, so he's going to opt for some even more magic immunity because Spin just isn't cutting it with this no one Venomancer doing what he's doing. The Spin is not going to cut it in these fights.
He actually has so much money on this Venomancer. Lil needs to be a little careful. Yeah, there's going to be immediately the Fissure followed up with the Advanced Totem. Dunk comes out. Piper puts him in for a little rest, waiting for Iceberg to show up, and that's an easy kill for Necro.
I'm really glad for FNG that kill finally worked out, because there's been the last couple of Echo Slams on solo people. They've still managed to get away, so good for him that he gets those kills secured.
I mean, same thing happened with No One when he used his ultimate. He almost killed FNG in the well. Luckily, there are Fairy Fires that could just keep popping. It got really close.
That's pretty funny to me that he had to keep popping those.
It's smart. It's so smart.
I'm going to have to do that next time I get Bananas answered.
There you go. Just keep a couple in your backpack, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, they're going to go for this Roche. Pasha jumps in. He's looking for that opening. He BKBs, though. Tries to force him out. We'll be able to throw a little bit of harass over. The buyback coming out from Spirit Breaker. Pasha trying to go for his cheeky plays and snatching again. They do spot FNG over here onto the side. The Silence comes out. The Atos comes out as well. And they'll be able to run forward. Just do a casual bash as they go through. Ramses pops the BKB. Gets the kill over onto FNG. The Fiend Script coming out, though, over here onto Lil. They need to go and grab Ivor here. They do have the Shrine. Oh, look at that vacuum coming out. But DK Phobos, he's in trouble here. He does get the wall off. Tries to move himself away, but unfortunately he's just going to pop. And now Bane actually going to be able to TP himself out here. Iceberg has retreated behind his tower. And it looks like ILTW is going to go get himself a regen rune, but I don't think he's going back to that Roche pit anytime soon.
No, it's VPs now. They get that Roche. Probably put it on Ramses. maybe they give cheese to Spirit Breaker because he bought back.
Cheese goes on to where'd it go? Hold on, I'm clicking everything.
Ramses
has it. I said it. It looked like it was on no one at first. I was trying to figure out
I think
where
he
they
grabbed
moved
it by accident. They wanted to put the Aegis on him and give Ramses the cheese, but he accidentally picks up the cheese, so they take a second and swap around.
We do have a courier coming out now for no one. He's got his Maelstrom completed, and he's gonna up his Diffusal Blade.
I mean, he's been burning through these charges. I can't really blame him.
They're working out for him really, really well. This is something I hadn't considered. Oh, no, Iceberg.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
He Reaper Sights an illusion.
Oh, that's really big.
That is...
And that's 100-second cooldown,
feels
too.
bad, man.
That's 100 seconds. This is their opportunity.
This is definitely their time. Well, they got an Aegis on top of that. They've got the Scythe on cooldown. There's no reason not to go for this right now.
Oh, that was so unfortunate. And there's no way he knows the difference, too. But just... 'cause that was a full health illusion. He blinks forward, chucks out the Death Pulse, and then he probably realizes, oh no, but it's too late.
Oh, I'm sure his teammates are... Actually, no, I feel like when you're in competitive Dota, like, you make a mistake like that, I feel like it makes it worse if you start yelling at your teammate, like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that.
It depends
on the teams. I feel like it's good to be, like, really just chill and say, like, it's alright, focus. We gotta defend the racks. They've got the Aegis over on no one.
It really depends on the team. Some of them are, you know, very, you know, critical of each other. A lot of the Chinese teams, I know Chuan was really infamous for that, for, like, you know, flaming his teammates during games, but you know, some of the CIS teams maybe a bit more supportive. I know for like Mouse Sports is very, very, you know, oh, don't worry about it, it's okay, we'll get him next time. But it really just depends on the dynamic in the team.
Mouse seems like they're such a chill, like, nice group. I could be totally wrong here, but I think I've seen, well, I think it was it the booth guy from TI7 Ask Me Anything thread? He said like Mouse is one of the nicest teams to work with.
And I mean, like, you just look at their run back when they were at FNM at Boston and just...
Oh, they land the Gale over onto ILTW. They need to be careful. They're going to be going high ground, and they throw out the Atos. We'll be able to break it over on ILTW, and they're going to back off into the base. I don't know. I feel like maybe that could have been a good fight for the side of Spirit, considering that Lil's not there. We're seeing the charge come in now, obviously, but...
I mean, the big thing that's a big win for Team Spirit is the fact that they've got Reapers online now. They've stalled enough that Reapers is ready to go. But it's actually a Manta style on.
Oh, that's so smart. Using the illusion to take off the Nightmare. No one really up front here. We'll get force-staffed in. Oh, but the Bat Rider, he comes forward. He's going to be able to go ahead, grab the Necrophos. He is a non-issue now. Doesn't have the buyback. This is looking really good right now for the side of VP.
Man, Blood Rage plus Rupture plus Bat Rider is just melting these heroes.
Fiendscript comes out again over onto Venomancer, but it doesn't matter. Again, he's got the Aegis. He doesn't seem too concerned. Like, that's a spell now that they don't have to worry about. They're not using it over on Ramsey. Spin comes out over onto No, and the Atos comes out, though, over onto DK Phobos, so he can't jump in there with that beautiful vacuum that he's been doing. And look at the Blood Rage on... Oh, man.
I mean, they're trying to just heal him up and have him slow siege, and in a way it's kind of
Fissure comes out. They're going to be able to land it over onto no one. Aegis will get popped. Yet another Atos throw over onto Viver here, and they find the opening. They grab Viver. The BKB comes out. Look at the Space Cow just running in, separating this team fight, making things possible. Lil just making all the space today. Turns back around. They're able to get that Rax. They even it up, and they've got their eyes over here on top. So Aegis is popped over here. They're going to have the BKB up and running on Veno in just a few seconds. They've got Pipe as well. They'll pop the Lincolns, and this Glimmer Cape gonna buy no one a little bit more time. We'll be able to get his ultimate off. Only gets off, though, over onto the Jug. There's the cheese getting eaten up. Big dunk coming in with the wall vacuum combo. They throw out the Chain Frost on top of that. We'll be forced to buy back over here onto the Jug. DK Phobos in a lot of trouble here. He's gonna get taken down by Lilin on the back end. Looks like we're also going to be losing FNG. There's the spin coming out from Jug. He's trying to find anything. Pasha trying to get himself over the side here. There's gonna be the charge. It doesn't matter. He's gonna get stuck up over here. The bash is coming out from Spirit Breaker. Gem over onto the ground. Lil is gonna have to run himself out. Ramsey's realizing, okay, that's enough for now. I'm just gonna peace out. Solo TPs himself out as well. Can he get burnt down? But now he's gonna be able to get out. Now there goes the Space Gun. Look how fast he is. Runs right back down.
Charge speed.
It's ridiculous.
He runs at like 800 movement speed when he's doing that. Like, it's actually insane. And if he's invis, it's probably closer to 900.
How many buybacks was that? Let's look at buyback status. We've got
Just
buyback
one.
on Jug, buyback on DK Phobos as well.
Oh, he did buy.
Yeah, he did buy back during that. The rest of the team, they don't have it, but it's not because they used it. It's because they just don't have that gold right now.
Ooh, and there's a butterfly online for Ramses now, so he's going to be very, very tanky, tough to deal with. And this Blood Right cooldown is actually really disgustingly good. It's a lot of damage. 315 pure damage, doesn't pierce spell immunity, but that's pure damage that adds up very quickly on a 5-second cooldown. So, and of course the silence for Biver is very big as well. Might force the no one buyback here.
Now they don't have FNG right now, so that definitely working to the side of VPL. That they do have Bat Rider down. He's going to be up in about 10 seconds now, 30-something seconds for Venomancer. They're just going to try to take a tower. It's a little bit scary.
They're going to have to buy back on no one.
Lil's not even here.
Smoke
Lil's
up from the
just waiting.
supports.
Waiting for the moment to come charging in. He's coming in fast now, like a homing rock. They'll be able to go ahead, pop that. Manta comes out, though, from LTW. There's the run-in from... Oh, they use the Fiend Script over here onto Lil, but that's one less person that they have to go and lock down. The ultimate coming out, though, from the Jug, though, will be able to go ahead, grab Necro. Yes, again, it's taking so much damage. Look at this Chain Frost. That could be some really nice bounces. They will go ahead, split themselves apart, though. They lose Pasha in the process now. Another just hold in place. No one's back alive. They're going to be able to defend this. There's still a gem over here. The grab that dunk comes out from FNG. Beautiful timing. BKB comes out from no one as well. Going to try to get that ultimate off. Does land it over on a couple of these heroes. Buyback coming out now as well from Pasha. They want to just end this, it looks like. They're looking for it. They're pushing themselves out.
If they get vision of ILTW, they're just going to send the Spear Breaker homing missile.
I mean, it's close, but yeah, he's going to be able to get out.
Unless he runs up. If he runs up into this Observer Ward, he might actually die.
Oh, no. ILTW.
Oh, they see him.
They see him. Oh, it pops, though. The Lincolns.
The Lincolns popped.
All right, so we had more buybacks. We had Pasha buyback during that. And it looks like we also had... No, just Pasha
Just Pasha.
Okay. Sometimes with all the excitement, you don't hear all those buyback noises, so I wanted to double check.
No, that's completely reasonable, but I mean, VP, they're going to take this opportunity. They know Juggernaut has no buyback. They know that Darkseer has no buyback. And, I mean, they don't know about the Necrophos, but they assume he probably has it. But Necrophos isn't really been that scary in these last couple of fights.
See, Lil, he was ready and raring to go over there.
He's got a Moonshard. Lil has a Moonshard, Moxie.
We'll start to get concerned when Solo also has a Moonshard, I think. But Ramses is already here in the base. He's got double damage. He's doing so much damage. Lincolns comes out. They get the jump over onto DK Phobos. We'll be able to cancel out. The BKB comes out over from Pasha, though. They will be able to use the Atos, hold him into place. They'll be able to get the kill over onto Iceberg. And now Jug trying to get as much damage here with the ultimate. They try to go ahead, Delta hug, so to speak. Phobos coming forward, though. He sees his opening, gets the wall back and combo off. BKB gets popped here over onto Ramses. He's just looking for a target here. Is just chasing around. There's going to be immediately followed up. Lil charging through. They get the kill over onto Ramses. Now Lil ducking himself around in these trees. They've got the sentry ward. They will be able to see him. It's going to be a dead space cow. And while all this is going down, they grab Solo. And Pasha is going to sadly walk away. While all this is happening, though, we do have a lot of creeps in the Dire base.
Pasha's gem ended up going over to Biver, so those invises not being quite as effective as they were previously. But I mean, they forced a Necro buyback, so I mean they're doing okay. They're slowly but surely chipping away at this economy. The fact that they have to keep buying back means that they're not getting any item progression, which is a very scary thing when you're trying to go late game against, you know, this terrifying Venomancer and Bloodseeker and this homing missile that is Lil.
I mean, this is the final, so Team Spirit's going to fight with every fiber of their being because they do not want to get sent home yet. They want a chance to go off to Hamburg and be a part of this major.
VP, though, giving them a run for their money.
I mean, I expect nothing less for a final here. Solo does have Chain Frost up and running. we'll be able to use that as a deterrent. And FNG making his way here into the base. He goes, pops that Lotus Orb just in case. Realizes there's no detection, should be alright. They're trying to find this opening now. They know that Bloodseeker is going to be up in about 4 seconds, so I don't know if they even want to try to do this.
I think they just wait for Roche. It's the much safer play, and when none of your cores have buybacks, you feel much more comfortable throwing an Aegis on somebody like the Necrophos. Even Juggernaut might not be a terrible candidate.
Oh, look at this. They try to bait out the play. They put the Glimmer Cape over here on Ramses. Will they take the bite again?
No, I don't think they will.
No, it's being too inactive, I think. But we did see it happen before with the, oh, they do spot over here. The dunk comes out over onto the side of Pasha. Can they get him out in time? It's going to be a nice Glimmer Cape. There's the BKB being used over by Iceberg. They've got their eyes on the prize. The Rupture comes out, though. They do go ahead. They throw out that Lotus Orb. We'll be able to buy him some time. We'll be able to get him out. And now Venomancer, no one's looking. He's trying to find just where FNG has run off to. And unfortunately won't be able to get there quite fast enough.
Man, this Maelstrom from no one. Just so much damage bouncing around. He does opt to go for the Plague Ward HP and damage, so those things are actually really tanky now and do a fair chunk of damage. So if he's able to set up a wall, it's going to be really difficult for Team Spirit to clear those out.
We've got a double damage rune again over here on Jug. They go ahead, they use a smoke. They want to try to get a pick off using this since he's pumping out mass amounts. Roche is back up. Oh, no one. No one. They actually go ahead. They throw out the fissure. FNG, they're going to go ahead, pop the BKBs en masse. They turn back around. They've got their eyes over here on Jug. Jug trying to buy himself some more time. He's actually going to go down. Chain Frost bouncing around here. The Beast Grip coming out. Able to pull everyone back using the vacuum. It looks like we might be able to get another kill, though. We'll be able to take out no one. They'll take down Iceberg. Turn back around. Ramses is just so speedy right now. He's running around. He's like, who do I kill next? How do I get through this wall? What do I do, guys? Force Staff coming out here over onto FNG. They still see him. He can't get out of this. Can he get a kill over onto Lil? No, he's going to get taken down. There's no buyback on the side of Team Spirit. GG gets called. Virtus.pro, your CIS winners of the qualifiers here. They're going to Hamburg.
They are going to Hamburg. What a devastating show from them. And I was really worried for them that this team fight draft was going to be too much. The early game pressure from Team Spirit was definitely there, but just some really nice initiations, always picking off the right targets. A lot of focus onto the Necrophos and a lot of focus away from the Juggernaut, just kind of baiting out the Omni Slash because of the way he itemized, didn't have enough damage, so they just wait out the Omni Slash, tank up, deal with their problems, and really well played by VP there to take the series.
Absolutely. We saw some amazing plays. Definitely no one, and Ramsey showing why they are just so highly respected here in the Dota community. Big fan favorites. Beautiful plays coming out from Lil the entire time. Pasha being, you know, this great jumping forward with the Bat Rider. And of course, Solo, you know, got to give the shout out to the supports that give up pretty much everything to make sure that their cores get what they need. But fantastic series and just a wonderful tournament here for the CIS region. GG, well played going out to Team Spirit. They fought really valiantly. Obviously, congratulations to Virtus.pro. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, following us. I know there's been a couple hiccups throughout the cast. It was really a pleasure, though, to be able to cast for you all during this qualifier. If you are interested, you can follow us on Twitter at MoxieCast or at ForgeDota. Thank you so much again, though, and congratulations to Virtus.pro. You're going to the major.